Hey friends, welcome to this fertility yoga class designed for when you are ovulating. So in today's class, I really want us to tap into that mother energy. So she is strong and connected and grounded, and she knows that there is no hurry, that everything in nature unfolds exactly as it should. So that's the energy that we're going to tap into in today's class. Even though this class is designed for ovulation, it is still safe to practice throughout the 2-week wait. So if you're a little bit unsure about when you practice, when you feel that sensual, sexy energy in the body, that's usually around the time we're ovulating. So when you're feeling that energy, that would be a perfect time to practice this class. If you are brand new to fertility yoga, I do have a free guide. I'll leave that linked below so that you can go and download that one after you finish practicing with me today. Let's get going. So we're going to start just sitting, so make sure that you're comfortable. You can have legs crossed or out in front, whatever works best for you. I just want you to start by closing down the eyes so that we can center in our own body and really arrive in this practice today. So throughout our yoga practice, we breathe in and out through the nose. It's called Ujjayi breath. And we gently constrict the throat to make a bit of an oceanic sound. So it would sound like a except with the mouth closed. And we do this breath so that we have somewhere to direct our focus. Good. Let's start to take some circles now. So just circling the upper body around. You might want to open the eyes if that feels good, or keep them closed throughout the entire practice. I tend to like to practice with my eyes closed these days. Helps to take me inward a little bit faster. Means I can stay there for a little bit longer. But whatever feels right for you today. I really want to emphasize that at no point in today's class do I want you to feel rushed. So if I'm moving a little bit faster than what feels natural and good for you, I want you to resist the urge to keep up and instead move in a way that feels good for you. So if I move on from these circles and you're feeling like, oh, they felt so good, I want to stay there, please stay there. This is about really leaning into that intuition, into that connection with self, that mama within you that knows what is best for you. Good. Come back to center. Just let the body slowly make smaller circles. I'm going to take both legs out wide now. So if you need to, if your hamstrings are really tight, you could roll up a little towel and put it underneath the sit bones. I want you to draw the toes back towards you so that the hamstrings are getting a really beautiful stretch. It doesn't matter if your legs are like this, that's fine. But I want you to press the legs down towards the floor. It's that intention of pressing down that gets that beautiful stretch. Keep the spine nice and long. Keep breathing fully into the belly. So we're creating space in this area. So perhaps you're noticing a little bit of tension. Sometimes we can feel a little bit achy around ovulation. That's okay. Just breathe into that space. Give your body the gift of that blood pumping through the body, that circulation and that space. When you come back to those circles, it might feel a little bit different now. So you mightn't be able to make as big of a circle. That's okay. Just move into any tight spots nice and gently. And then come back to center. We're just going to gently lean our body forward. So it might be a really small movement for you. That might be enough that you can feel that inner thigh stretch. You might have more range, in which case you can lean a bit further forward. But just moving in a way that works for your body. Don't press or push. Just gently invite the body to open. It's always an invitation, not a command in yoga. Invite your body to soften, to release any tension that you're holding. So I mentioned earlier that this phase of the cycle, we naturally feel sexy and sensual in the body. Sometimes on a fertility journey, we don't feel like that because we're so bound up with stress and timing sex, and we kind of lose the magic of our cycle. So in today's class, I really hope that we can connect a little bit more with the natural signals our body gives us. And maybe at the moment that natural signal is, I'm not actually feeling sensual and sexy at the moment, and that's okay. We want to see if we can lean back into following our body's lead, so that when we do feel sexy, we're able to follow those cues instead of relying on a calendar or an app or whatever it is you're using to track your cycle. See if you can also let the head and neck soften, letting any tension go that we might be holding there. And then slowly coming to sit back upright, reaching down one leg, just feeling the stretch on this side of the body first, and then if it feels good, you can stretch the arm up and over in that direction as well. Breathing up and down that side body. If it feels good, you can wrap that arm around, find the opposite hip, and then really open up that shoulder so we're keeping that little bit of a twist through the body as well. Come to sit back, reach down the opposite side. Let yourself slowly move into this stretch. So letting the side body become comfortable here first. And then when you're ready, coming up and over. And then finding that opposite hip. Keep breathing long and deep. In through the nose and out through the nose. Staying connected with that breath. Good, and then come to sit back upright. We're going to bring both feet in so that the soles of the feet rest on the floor, and then bring the hands behind you. It might turn to the side just so that you can see a bit better. So bring the hands behind you for support. Then bring the right foot up over the left knee, flexing that foot. So just gently pressing the knee away. You should feel a little stretch through that right hip. If you want to, you can move the foot in or out, depending on where it needs to be, so that you can get that beautiful stretch through the hip. And then we're just going to rock the legs from side to side. So take the foot down to the side. You might notice different sensations in the body as you move. You might feel the stretch in a different area. Just keep breathing, just exploring what's going on in your body today. Keep pressing into the hands to keep the chest open. Again, let the head and neck be soft. And then release that foot down. Left foot over the right knee now. Get the foot into the right position so that you can feel it in the hip, and then come back into that gentle rock. Good. Release the feet down. Bring the soles of the feet together. Holding onto the feet, draw them in towards the body. Find that length in the spine, so you might need to move the flesh of the buttocks out a little bit so that you can really press down into the sit bones. If your knees are up high, just gently invite them down with the elbows. If they're not and they rest all the way down, you might lean gently forward. Again, neck and head are soft, face is relaxed, just breathing here. If you can go a little bit further, you could reach the hands out. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. And then exhale, gently fold a little deeper. Bring the body to sit back upright. Move the feet away from the body a little so we make more of a diamond shape with the legs. And then we do the same thing, lengthen through the spine, breathing in, exhaling, folding over. You'll probably find you have a bit more space to fold this time, but you'll feel the stretch. Maybe more into the glutes and hips here. Soften the head down. Let the belly be soft throughout our entire practice. We're not holding that belly in. Many of us have been taught to hold our bellies in, and I wonder what that does for our internal organs feeling squished in there. I want you to let it all hang out and give yourself permission to have a beautiful round belly right now. We don't need to have a flat belly. Let it be soft and comfortable. Slowly come to sit back up. Good. Bring the hands behind you again, fingertips pointing towards the toes, and then bring the feet about hip distance apart. So as you press into the hands, we're going to lift the hips up and we're going to come into a reverse tabletop. So press into the hands, lift the hips high, head and neck can relax behind you if that feels good. Strong foundation through the feet, pressing in. So you should feel the glutes and thighs engaged. Breathe here. And then slowly soften, chin back to chest, hips back to ground. Draw the knees in, hug the body tight, making yourself into a tight little ball. Good. We're going to come into that again. So set the feet up, set the hands up. Again, remember to embrace this energy of no hurry. Take your time to rise, to get into position. Head and neck resting behind you. Press firmly through the feet. Feel grounded through the hands. Slowly release the hips back down, chin to chest, draw the knees in, gentle hug at the knees in towards the chest. And then gently release down. We're going to come into our side plank now. So we're going to set up on one knee. So we're using that knee as support and then reach the other hand out to the side. So we bring the weight over the hand, stretch the leg out, stretch the arm out. Feel that expansion through the body here. If you'd like to increase a little bit, you could lift the leg, but you don't have to. Let the belly be gently engaged as it supports the body here in this position. If you'd like to go one step further, you could bend that knee, find the foot with the hand, and then open through the heart here. You might notice the body shakes a little in this position. That's okay. It's kind of your body finding its balance. Breathe. And then gently release it back out long. Full expansion, and then slowly release it down. Good. We're going to come to the opposite side. So set up for your side plank in the other direction. Hand underneath the shoulder, knee as our support. Reach the body out long, or remember, keep that leg grounded if that feels better. See if you can keep a softness through the face and the neck. And bend that knee if you're going that one step further. Find the foot with the hand. Full expansion through the chest. Gently drawing that knee back behind the line of the body. Again, makes you shake a little. Challenges your balance. Connecting in with that strong, grounded energy within you. And then gently release back out, full extension. And then slowly lower the knee and the hand down. We're going to come over into our child's pose. Take the knees nice and wide, making space for our belly to be beautiful and soft here. Soft and sensual. Reach the hands out in front. Take a deep breath. See if you can extend that chest a little bit further down and then soften the forehead to ground. Relaxing in here. Slowly coming back. Bring the knees back in. Come into your tabletop as we move through a few rounds of our cat-cow. Before you move into cat-cow though, you might like just to rock and roll through the body a little bit. Enjoying how it feels to be in your body, not in your mind, not thinking and calculating and stressing. Just being here in your body. Noticing the sensations, what feels good, what doesn't. And then when you're ready to, we find a flat back. And then as you inhale, we lift the tail, lift the head, let the belly sink. Exhale, round. Looking towards the thighs, pressing into the hands. Inhale, rise. And exhale, round. So work with your own breath rhythm now, taking it as slow as you possibly can. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good. When you're ready, the left leg is going to step forward. I'm going to come up into a kneeling lunge. So you can either bring the hands onto that thigh, you can bring them onto the hips, you could raise them above the head if that feels good. Whatever works in your body. If you've raised the arms up, see if you can drop the shoulders away from the ears so we're strong but we're not tense. There is a difference. See if you can feel into that in your body. Just leaning the weight forward, getting that gentle stretch through the front of that right hip. And then release the hands down in front of you. Leave the right hand grounded as the left arm reaches up to the sky. As you exhale, wrap it around that front thigh. And then inhale and open it back up. Beautiful. Exhale. Keep leaning weight forward. Inhale. And exhale. Last one here. Inhale. As you exhale, we start to bring the weight back as we start to sit all the way back down onto the ground. So we still have that one leg bent here. This tends to make us feel a little bit off balance. That's okay. You're meant to feel off balance. See if you can still center in your body. So pressing on this side so that you feel that stretch through the hip. And then inhale the arms up tall. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. And then when you're ready to, we just gently fold forward, which might mean you don't go very far. Or it might mean you're able to lean in a little bit further. So we're not straining, we're just inviting the body to stretch here. Noticing the sensations in our legs. Maybe the sensations in our hips. Just breathing through them. sitting back up tall, use the hands to support you to move forward once more. And then we're going to press the hands into the mat. As we pick up the back knee, we're stepping all the way back to our plank. So you can be on the knees if you prefer. And then exhale all the way back to your downward facing dog. So bend into the knees, release through the head and neck. Feel that beautiful stretch down the back line of the body as you gently press the heels in towards the mat. Belly is soft and full and round. Look towards the hands. We're going to step the right foot forward this time. Bring that back knee in. And we come back to our kneeling lunge on this side. So lean the weight forward, getting that beautiful stretch. Options for hands either on that thigh, the hips, or above the head. Shoulders are soft. We're strong and grounded here. And then slowly release the hands down. We leave the left hand on the ground as the right inhales up and we find that twist. Exhale, wrap it around the leg. Inhale to sky. Exhale to wrap. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale it up. As you exhale, we start to shift the body back as we come to take a seat, back towards our hips. So this left leg is still bent. See if you can get yourself as comfortable as possible in this center line position. And then reach the arms tall. Exhale, fold forwards. Just gently breathing here. Good. Sitting up tall once more. Slowly bringing the weight forward. Pressing into the hands. Tuck that back knee. Step back to your plank. And then exhale it all the way back to down dog. 5 full deep breaths here. And then from your down dog, I want you to look towards the hands. I want you to step the right foot forwards. As you inhale, rise up, high lunge. And then exhale it out to our warrior two. So you might need to adjust that front foot. Usually our front heel lines up with our back arch. Take the arms out wide, nice and strong. Inhale, straighten up that front leg. And then exhale, lean in. You might like to add the arms on too. Inhale, hug your body in, and then exhale, take them long and strong. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Let's move into our reverse warrior now, reaching back down that back leg. Maybe you reach the arm all the way over to the opposite shoulder. And then come back through your warrior two. Straighten up the front leg, tipping into your triangle. Remember to keep that intention that we're not rushing today. Just allowing us all the time that we need to move in and out of these poses. Bending through that front knee. Maybe coming to rest on that front thigh. Or fingertips can come towards the ground. Breathe it here. I want you to slowly lower that top hand down. We're going to walk the hands forward. That's it. And then come to take a seat really low in our goddess. Side to side a little here. So it's almost a little bit like our Skandasana, but not. Nice and low. And then I want you to lift through the hips. So lift the bottom high. And then exhale, take a seat down. Good. Lift through the hips. Exhale, take a seat down. So you should feel those thighs working. Nice and strong. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. One more inhale. This time I want you to keep the toes pointing towards the front as we exhale and fold into our wide leg forward fold. So the head and neck just relaxes. Maybe you find the elbows to make that upper body a little bit heavier. Or maybe you keep the hands underneath the chest where they can support a little. Soften through the neck and the shoulders here. Then when you're ready to, we're going to turn the toes of the left foot, walk the hands around and open ourselves up into our warrior on the opposite side. So feel free, adjust the legs if you need. Let's settle down into our warrior, feeling strong and grounded here in this position. Moving with the breath, inhaling, squeezing, hugging tight, and then exhaling and stretching long. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's reverse our warrior, reaching down our back leg. Maybe that top arm comes all the way over, finds the opposite shoulder. And then we move back through our warrior all the way down, tipping into our triangle. Coming up into our side angle, perhaps resting on the thigh, or maybe fingertips find the earth. Breathing here. And then slowly soften that hand down as we come back through our goddess. This time, we're going to come so that our hands rest on our thighs. So our toes are slightly turned out in this pose here. Find that length through the spine and then sit nice and low through the legs. Belly is soft, face, neck, and shoulders are relaxed. The legs are working hard, but the rest of us is supported by the legs, grounded and strong. Good. I want you to start to slowly move the legs in towards each other now, stepping them in, and then reaching the arms up, taking a seat into our chair pose. As you exhale, we're going to fold over. So I'm going to turn to the side just so that you can see a little bit better. Fold over those legs. Our knees are at hip distance apart, so there's space for our belly to fit in between, nice and soft. And the upper body is just going to hang here. My knees are nice and bent to start with. I want you to start there so your chest can connect on either side with the thighs. And then when you feel ready to, start to press into the heels, lengthening out the spine. Stretching through those hamstrings. From here, fingertips on the ground, just step the right leg back, not too far, so our stance isn't too wide. We're in a pyramid pose here. Find length through that spine, so see if you can lift the crown of the head up, and then exhale, fold it in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Step that foot back in. Find the elbows and just sway it out a little here, releasing any tension. Belly is still soft and relaxed. And then release the fingertips down. Step the left foot back this time. So our hips are square to the front. I have my feet hip distance though, so that feels nice and comfortable in my body. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale and fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. And step that left foot back in. Turn the toes out as we come down into our Malasana. I just want you to start by rocking and rolling from side to side. So sometimes Malasana can feel quite intense on the hips. So rather than going straight into the pose, let's ease our way into there. Just warming up through this space first. Getting comfortable being in this position. And then when you're ready to, you can settle. So your heels might touch the ground, or like mine, they might be slightly raised. The elbows come inside the knees, and we find some length through the spine. Beautiful. It's quite an intense inner thigh and hip stretch here, so I just want you to breathe. Notice the sensations in your body. Soften where you can. Adjust if you need, if it's pain, if it doesn't feel good. Change your position, maybe move your feet slightly closer together. Good, and then rest the hands down to the ground as you support yourself to come all the way down. We're going to come all the way down onto our backs now as we move into our bridge pose. So just support yourself to come down so that you can let the belly stay nice and soft and you're not asking it to do too much. We're going to bring the feet in towards the hips. So they're about hip distance apart. Palms stay rested on the mat. As you inhale, we're going to press the low back into the mat so the pelvis tips back towards us. And then we slowly rise the hips one vertebrae at a time, lifting the hips up towards the sky. And slowly rolling them back down. So this is one that really helps us get in touch with this idea of not hurrying, of not pushing, of not trying to get anywhere, because really the aim of the game is nice and slow, feeling that articulation through the spine as it rises up. Staying with the breath, the full deep inhalation as we rise. And then the full, soft exhalation as we release and lower down. I want you to be aware of your pelvis as we move up and down. Allowing yourself to connect with your womb space, this center of creation in your body. Letting yourself send it love and softness, relaxation. Letting yourself lean into trust that this part of your body knows what to do. And letting go of this gripping or tight feeling that you somehow need to control the process. Letting yourself lean into the magic of this space. That it will do what it needs to do without a conscious thought on our part. And all we need to do is stay connected with the body, in the body. Relaxing, softening, following its lead, listening to her cues, noticing when we feel sexy, and letting ourselves enjoy the sensations of the body, enjoying resting, enjoying pleasure. Let the feet come together now as you let the knees fall out to the side. Rest the hands on the belly or beside the body, whatever feels more comfortable for you. Breathe and relax here. As you lay here and rest for the next 10 minutes or so, I want your only job to be listening to the wisdom of your body. If your body tells you that you need to move slightly, listen, follow. If she takes you into a deep place of rest, maybe even sleep, follow and rest. Let yourself be in your body, noticing the sensations, hopefully one of relaxation right now, but also noticing any emotions that she might be holding. Let yourself keep breathing that slow Ujjayi breath in and out. When you're ready, we return to our body, Often we've drifted off after a long period in relaxation. To come back, deepen your breathing, maybe stretch the body long. And before we come to sit up, let's just use an affirmation, reminding ourselves that we are strong, that we are ready, and that we have so much love to give. I am strong, and I am ready. I am love. I am strong. I am ready. And I am love. I am strong. I am ready. And I am love. To rolling the body onto one side. Taking your time here, remember our intention for the class. There's no need to rush. You have all the time in the world. Take your time coming up to sit. Before we finish our practice today, I would love to encourage you to do a little bit of journaling. And the prompt for today's class that I would like you to write on is, what does mothering or what does motherhood mean to me? As we set the intention to conceive and we go into this space of wanting to hold a baby in our arms and in our body, sometimes we get lost in the trying to conceive part. That becomes so difficult that we are so focused on that we forget that the whole point of this is inviting a child, inviting a soul into our body and into our lives. And I think it's important to reflect on, what does mothering mean to you? What is the energy of the mother that you are hoping and wanting to embody? And once you've had a little bit of time journaling on that, so feel free to pause this video now, and for the next 10 minutes or so, just write to that prompt. And when you're ready to, I want you to come back, and I'd like you to reflect on, what does that mean to you, and how can you invite some of those qualities into your life already? So if it's love and it's caring and it's nurturing, how can you show those qualities to yourself right now? And I think you'll find that if you are struggling on this fertility journey, mothering is exactly what you need, which feels ironic. We're so longing to mother that we forget we need to mother ourselves and really look after ourselves and give ourselves permission to rest, give ourselves permission to cry, all those beautiful things that mums do. Thank you so much for allowing me to share this practice with you today. I hope that it has helped somewhat on your journey. There are 3 other classes in this series, each for the different stages of the cycle. You can either purchase the series outright in my shop, which will be linked below, or you can join my online yoga circle where all of my premium yoga classes are. Thanks again for being here, and namaste.